You're about to watch a probation hearing that goes from "can you do time" to 3 years in prison, and it's all wrapped in money problems, broken GPS rules, and family trauma. Stick with me. We'll unpack why one missed test can cost everything.
All right, let me ask you this. If you're revoked on this, how much time could you do in prison? No. Everybody will say, I can't do any time in prison. You know, somebody would tell this story for us when I first started out. They said the judge asked the defendant. So
that little story right there is not just a joke, it's a warning shot. Judges don't ask how much time can you do because they care about your comfort level. They're checking whether you understand the stakes. Say 2 days, and they'll show you what 30 years looks like. In this case, the math is simple: 1 violation, up to 10 years. Still think missing a test is no big deal?
How much time could you do in prison? Just let me know. And you know what they said? The defendant told him, oh, I can do 2 days. And you know what the judge told him? You know what? You just look at every time as 2 days increments. And you know what that judge did? Sent that person to prison for 30 years. So on this case, how much time could I send you to prison for?
How much you can?
Yeah.
10 years.
10 years?
Right.
Do you want to go to prison?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to go to prison because you are not doing what you're supposed to do?
Right.
And people, well, you're acting as though you do, because people are working with you, and it says your counselor contacted you and said you missed your group session.
Ma'am.
And then the counselor said, look, I will let you make up those sessions. And your answer to this counselor, knowing you could go to prison for 10 years, was,
listen to that answer. The counselor literally offers a second chance to make up missed sessions, and the response is, I don't think I can do that. In a courtroom, that doesn't sound like struggle, it sounds like refusal. Judges and probation see that as a choice, not a crisis. Be honest, if your freedom depended on 1 class, 1 meeting, 1 bus ride, what would you do?
I don't think I can do that. So do you think you can do 10 years in prison?
No, ma'am.
Then why are you acting like you can?
I live in Universal City, ma'am, and recently I've been just struggling. You know, I've lost my job because of transportation.
Hold up, did you hear that? The defendant literally told his counselor he couldn't make up sessions while facing up to 10 years. That kind of response is legal kryptonite. Jurists see choice, not crisis. What would you do if the system demanded one small compliance step?
And getting back and forth, there's no public transportation in Universal City. Mr. Sheridan is a wonderful counselor. You know, I did go set up that meeting with him again because he helps me a lot. You know, I just wasn't able to. I'm not able to move, like get to places. You know, so
Who do you know in Universal City?
I have a roommate. I don't have no family out here. All my family has passed away. I'm from California, you know, so I don't really have people here. You know, I don't have any help. I've been paying $400 every 2 weeks at where I'm staying just to live there, you know, and then I've been catching Uber and Lyft back and forth to work to get there. And then that's a lot of money, you know, I don't have it, you know, and then I've been trying to do it. I could get to places, you know, like today I walked from Universal City to Converse to catch the bus to get here today. But I don't have like funds. Like I'm just getting backed up on everything, and everything is kind of like coming at me.
This is where real life and the system collide. No car, no bus, crazy Uber costs, rent due every 2 weeks, those are real problems. But here's the legal reality. The court doesn't grade you on difficulty, it grades you on compliance. From the judge's chair, I couldn't get there starts to sound like I chose not to. Should courts build in more support for people like this? Or is that just making excuses?
At one time, and I don't know, I don't have no help. You know, I don't have nothing.
How old are you?
30, about to be 30 next month.
You'll be asked to step outside.
Just 1 second, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is talking to the inmates like this is visitation? Who is it? Deputy Lord, who was it? Excuse me. Hi, miss. I'm gonna need you to step outside the courtroom.
This is the classic access to services problem. No bus, unreliable car, Uber bills, all practical barriers that look like willful noncompliance in court. Important question for viewers. When hardship meets conditions, Is punishment or help the better path to public safety?
All right.
I'll be 30.
Yes.
I'll be 31 next month.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be 31.
All right. So you're going to have to sit down with somebody. And by somebody, I mean probation will help you. You're going to have to get employment and figure out a budget.
I do. I have income tax. I was working all last year. I have income tax coming February 26th. That's going.
Well, I hope you didn't have somebody do your income tax where they take a major percentage of it and then.
I don't know. I just filed. I file with her every year. I work every year. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So he's saying he lives in Universal City. Are we aware of him living in Universal City? Did you let them know you lived in Universal City?
No.
So, state, this appears to be his issue. He doesn't have any transportation.
I was able to obtain my license. I've been working on that. I did get a car, but the next day it had a blown head gasket, so I lost it and I lost my money. So that kind of set me back as well, And I've been trying to get a car like the right way, because that's why I really got my license and did that, because I didn't want to get another car that was going to go bad on me. So I got my license and trying to do it.
All right. And they say you worked full time at Hooters, or you did? What do you do at Hooters?
Cook.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Abrams,
Yes, Judge.
they're asking for him to restart IOP.
Yes, Judge. That is the recommendation. And additionally, for them to restart IOP, I do want to ensure that he is enrolled in this VIP course at least by the either end of the month or mid-March.
Okay.
Ma'am, I'll try to.
Quick legal insight. A lot of probation conditions are pay to comply. Classes, counseling, batter intervention, even drug tests all cost money. If you're broke, the system basically tells you, figure it out anyway. That's where it gets twisted. Inability to pay slowly turns into a violation, and a violation turns into prison time. Should the people supervising you also be responsible for helping you fund the very programs they require? Drop your take in the comments.
Enroll into the VIP class online due to my transportation issues, but it was $195 to enroll. I didn't have the money. I enrolled in Mr. Sheldon's class.
All right. And see, here's the thing. I understand how finances are hitting you, right?
That's right.
But you know why these financial issues are hitting you and you got to still just deal with it? Because these are consequences for your offense.
That's right.
So if you would not have committed this offense, guess what?
I wouldn't be in this
You wouldn't be here. Ms. Abrams, with regards to enrollment in BIP, he says he's getting his income tax, so we can give him till March.
Quick legal note. Many probation conditions require costly programs, but courts expect defendants to find funding. That creates perverse incentives. Inability to pay turns into technical violations. Should probation offices be responsible for funding access? Sound off in the comments.
March 28th to enroll in BIP. You drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
Did enjoy.
All right. So we're going to drug test him today. Okay. All right. So you're going to get drug tested today.
No.
And we're going to see what the results are. And if the results are positive, we're going to have another conversation. But for now, he's to enroll in the BIP on March 28th. And he's to restart IOP. So you're still telling me it's going to be negative?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Abrams?
No, Judge.
All right, just sit there. Do you need any water or anything?
Yes, please.
All right, just have a seat. All right, so it's my understanding he's already pled through
Yes, Judge.
to a violation of condition number 2,
Correct.
and that's related to the drug testing.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, and so with regards to the new cases, the new number one, was that dismissed?
It was rejected, Judge.
Rejected.
And it wasn't part of, my understanding is it was not part of this negotiation for the agreement that we would like the court to accept with the state.
Okay,
That was rejected prior to that.
all right. All right, so, Ms. Abrams, on this, do we have the RMS staff member or no?
No, so. So Judge, RMS staff via subpoena provided all records and all records were reviewed by the state and by the defense. And it was determined that Mr. Revoke did not appear on the date in question. Did not find it.
Okay,
Judge, may I address the court when appropriate
Yes,
about
sure.
that?
okay. All right, who is on this case? Moody? All right. Court is calling 2019 CR 8716, State of Texas versus Andre Alonzo Moody. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Jeannie Cupid for the defendant?
And are you Mr. Moody? All right, so you entered a plea. Could you all please whisper? So you entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 2 on September 9th. The state waived all other allegations. The court found violation of condition number 2 true. And the case was recalled for today because you had given testimony about calling in or appearing for a drug test. So have both parties received records from RMS?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you all had a chance to review it?
Yes.
So off the record, in the presence of everyone, probation has informed me that there's no record through RMS that he actually appeared, and defense, you wanted to address that.
Yes, Judge. At the prior hearing, I was not present attorney on that date. There was some confusion about whether we were talking about his appearance in March for not appearing, but he had pled true to April. So he was giving testimony about appearing and splitting a payment with regards to a visit he recalled from March. When I started visiting with him and corrected the date and said, actually, what you pled true to was failure to drug test in April, the defendant informed me that he did not go in April, that he had been has had financial difficulties. And so there was no question, and we don't want this court to think that he is representing that he did try to go in April, because he wants the court to know that he did not go in April and that he in fact failed to report. Any question about appearing and a partial payment and not being able to do that was with regards to what he recalled was a March test, and that's not what's before the court today. So my client is pleading true. He did not go in April to test. And when appropriate, I would like to share some information with the court that I've learned in visiting with Mr. Moody over the last couple of weeks, that we would ask the court take into consideration when reviewing his case this morning. So do you want me to do that now, Judge? Judge, in meeting with Mr. Moody, his is a case where it's never an excuse, and he wants to address the court directly, and I've advised him you will allow him to do that. But he shared with me, he originally is from California. He has 2 daughters who are 5 and 7. He resides with the mother of those daughters, and their relationship is not the best. And that's, in my opinion, why he's here today. The court knows about the new number 1 that was ultimately rejected. 2019, his sister passed away. 2020, his mother took her.
This part is heavy. 3 close family members gone in just a few years, plus depression and unstable housing. That's not a sob story, that's real trauma. But here's the tension. Pain explains behavior, it doesn't erase responsibility. Judges hear tragedy every day, and they still have to ask, did you do what probation ordered or not? In your opinion, should deep personal loss buy more time on probation, or is the system already being too patient here?
Own life. 2022, his father passed away. He has 1 remaining sister he has no contact with. Mr. Moody, this is his second MTR. The first MTR was not before this court. It was before another judge, and he was continued at that time. The court brought him in January, and you told him, Judge, you better buckle down and you better get a job and you better start, showing an effort. And I think the record will reflect he got a job as a cook working at Hooters on the Ingram Park location. He lives in Universal City. So transportation and money are his issue, Judge. He has a vehicle. It's not been reliable. There's no bus service where he lives. So when he has to report, he has to either Uber, and he has to have the money to do that, or to take a bus. I think he will address that he's not been formally diagnosed with depression, but Judge, in my just talking with him, he understands what's going on, but I think he suffers depression and losing 3 of his family members. They were the only support that he had, and he lost all of them in a short span of time. And he had tested at the beginning of April. He had appeared. He didn't think that he didn't know, but he didn't realize that they would call him back so soon. It was like 2 weeks later, I think on the 24th, that he was called to test. He didn't have the Uber money. He didn't have the money to drug test. And so he just got depressed, frustrated, and he did not appear. That's never an excuse, Judge. And I know he wants to address the court. But I know you will take those factors into consideration, not as an excuse, but in the totality of looking at his case.
All right. You want to call him as a witness?
Yes.
All right. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Andre Alonzo Moody.
All right. You may proceed.
Mr. Moody, have you requested that you be permitted to address the board today?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you were here last time, the judge asked a very important question. She said, why should I continue you on probation? Would you like to address that question for the court?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I want to say I messed up. Got my daughters here, my 2 daughters, and that's everything for me. Everything I do, I try to do everything the right way. I know that it doesn't seem like I'm learning, but I'm trying to acquire my.
Now we get the human side: loss, grief, kids, attempts to steady life. Judges must weigh empathy against repeated noncompliance. This moment is the pivot. Is it mitigation or pattern? Pay attention to how the judge frames effort versus results.
License, I never had a license. I've been trying to get myself together to successfully complete this probation. And I've been trying to do everything the right way. I try to steady myself. I try to take care of my family. I struggle with financial, nothing none of the stipulations have anything to do with me not doing it. It's just I haven't had money. I don't have no help. Everything is through me. I'm my own support. I've been here with my baby mom for about 8 years. We've been trying to get it together and work it out and fix it. I work and support. It's just, I can't do I don't have no help, you know what I mean? The outpatient program, I've made an effort, even from University City, to complete those classes. I walked from University City to make sure I wouldn't violate that. At times, sometimes I had the money, sometimes I didn't. And my biggest problem is money. I don't have no help. So when I fall, it's hard for me to recover, you know what I mean? And that's my biggest issue. It's not doing it. It's not trying to disobey you or anything. I believe this probation has been helping me. The fifth class that I was in, I felt like it was real helpful because a lot of people in there, a lot of the guys, they share their experiences with you, and you can learn from it, And, it was cool. It was a cool class. Everybody's talking to each other. I learned a lot, even though I was only in there for 3 weeks. And the reason why I didn't complete the bill is because of financial. I missed one payment and then it doubled. And I called the class and I asked them. I told them I really liked the class. I really appreciate it. I'm just struggling financially. I don't have the money to pay that $50. And then when you miss again, it's $100. I just didn't have the money. I apologize. I want to do better. I'm trying. My daughter is my everything. That's what I do everything for. And I want to go to prison, of course. I think that I've been here 4 months, and I had time to, think and just sit back. I felt like God gave me a chance. But really, at one point when all those things happened, I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to live. And, I don't know what to do, but I felt like God was working through me. And I want to do better in this story. Like I said, I stayed myself. I don't really mess with people, alone. The only thing I do is take care of my family. Try to go to work whenever I can, whenever I can get there. I did get my license, so I did get a car. The timing belt on my car broke. I couldn't move around anymore. That was my transportation. I was in University City, so there's no buses out there, no transportation. But I don't want to make no excuses. But I know I'll do better. Opportunity, another chance to do so.
State, any questions?
Briefly, Judge, Mr. Woody, it sounds to me like your argument that you're trying to make is the financial stability and the lack of support. I may have missed it. Did you say, are you employed?
Not right now. No, sir. I've been here 4 months. So the job that I did have, I lost.
And what was the job?
Hooters.
Hooter?
As a cook.
As a cook? How long were you working at Hooter?
For about 3 years.
So,
Yes.
so with the job at Hooters, you could not maintain yourself?
It wasn't that. It was, I had just recently started back working there. It's been off and on for 3 years. I just recently started working back when I was in jail in August last year. So I just got that job back because I used to work at the Rivers, at Riverside Mall. And my previous manager there seen me and he said that they needed help.
Okay, let me stop you. So everyone, let's land the plane. So here's my question. So my understanding from reading the case summary, which nobody objected to me reading at the last hearing, is that probation was recommending revocation. And the reason why they were recommending revocation was because of a new number 1. My understanding is that new number 1 has been rejected.
That's correct.
So is there a new number 1 out there other than that?
Not that we're aware of.
All right. So according to the court summary, it says probationer was arrested and it's the same complainant, same offense. That's why they want revocation. But then that case has been rejected by the state. So now my other question is, then we're only here because of a UA.
Correct.
So state, are you still asking for revocation? And see, here's my other issue with this. He has been on probation since 2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he's basically on probation from 2020 for 9 years. Am I correct?
Yes.
Probation? Are you all still recommending revocation? All right, so this is what I'm telling you. The state rejected that case for whatever reason they rejected it for. I don't know. It wasn't before the court. But it appears to me that your relationship with the complainant, that will be no more. That relationship is over. If you want to have a relationship with her, you can, And what that will result in is I will revoke you. You can go to prison. And then when you get out of prison, you can have a relationship with whomever you want. But if you wish to stay on probation in this court, there's to be no more contact with her.
Big practical ruling here. No contact with the mother, but she's the mother of his children. The court's solution, supervised pickup and third-party exchanges, is meant to protect victims while preserving parental access. Does it actually solve the family problem? We'll revisit this.
But she is the mother of his children, so can we clarify?
No contact with her. If he wants to have visitation with the children, then it needs to be through a third party. There's to be no letters to her. There's to be no, I'm sorry. If you have clothes with her, then what will end up happening, you'll have to get a third party to go pick up your items. And my suggestion is that there be a police escort for that. All right, I'll deny the motion to alter and amend conditions. There's going to be partial GPS, waive fees, and GPS for employment only. And there's to be no contact with Chavon, Chavon Sims. And I'm going to keep him on deferred adjudication. However, if you remain on deferred adjudication, if you come back before the court, the full range of punishment will be open to the court, which is up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe you all have reached an agreement where it was going to be, 6? So the agreement that you had reached with them was that if you were revoked, the most you could be sentenced to is 6 years in the prison. But I'm keeping you on deferred. And if you are revoked, you're looking at the full 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, probation. Is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right. And how are we going to address the issues with class, the fundings? I don't know.
Judge, I'm not sure. We'll have to do a financial analysis of those particular classes we paid for. We can't wait for these.
Okay. So then what we'll have to do and what you'll have to do as an adult, and this is adulting, you're going to have to do some research to see if there's any type of programs that will help you with funding for your classes. Legally, you have to take that class. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else you need?
No.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So where are we on compliance?
Your Honor, Mr. Moody came in, I believe, last week, asking assistance from the court to be heard in reference to his GPS tracking device.
Yes.
We're requesting it be changed from partial to tracking only. He's currently at Haven for Hope in the courtyard area, and he does have a job right now. The issue is with partial, he can only have the one job. He's looking to get another job to make money to make it out of Haven for Hope, get an apartment, stabilize himself in the community. So that's the reason why we filed this motion for your consideration.
All right. State, are you in agreement with tracking? I will tell you what, this is what the court will do. I'll consider your motion for tracking once you do have a second job.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're not allowing me. They only allow me to GPS. My Mr. Patel, the corporal, he's not allowing me to. He only allowed me to go to work and come back. So it's kind of hard to talk to Corporal Patel.
Well, don't they have computers? Are you allowed to look for work on the computer? How can they not have computers there?
Right, that's computers, and then they make them leave at 5 a.m. every day, and I'm just trying to go to work. I don't mind the GPS. I don't have no problem with it. I'm
Then
just trying to
let's do this. Then what the state is telling me and what the state has told the court, is that true or not true?
It's true.
All right. So you need to show me sometimes on GPS where there are no issues with you, because I will look to see if somebody has been having issues or not. Normally, if they have not had any issues, even though the state may say, we want them to remain on GPS, I'll start with tracking only. But you're not at the point for tracking only because you've had these issues. So I tell you what, counsel, if you come back March after spring break, because spring break, people tend to get a little crazy. I don't know why.
Yes, John.
If you come back after spring break, I'll reconsider the tracking.
Okay, I have one.
Yes.
So, I'm working at the temp agency right now. Still temp agency, staff to and the GPS monitor person that's at corporate jail. He's saying I can't work there because it's a temp agency, and that's the only type of income I got right now. Like that's the only. I've been searching for jobs and looking.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, if that's what you're saying, we will see if they can have them Zoom in, or counsel, if you can talk with the corporal and let them know that he's allowed to work.
Okay.
And if it's a temp agency, then it's a temp agency, but you're going to need to provide proof and you're going to need to provide the location. All right. So I don't see why that's a problem.
I can follow up with that individual judge and just have it known to him by the court that they're encouraging him to work, and upon getting satisfactory documentation that will suffice. And if he's allowed to have some leeway to possibly look for another job, hopefully they'll consider that as well. But I did speak with him, and I do know this court likes to see the compliance in advance.
Mhm.
So I can rest assuredly tell my client today that going forward, if he follows the conditions as set, leaves the complaining witness alone, doesn't go anywhere near, we'll have a better fighting chance at maybe getting that adjusted in March.
All right.
All right, Judge. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Maybe excused.
Yes. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Man, have a good day.
Thank you. All right, we're going on the record. The court is calling 2019 CR 8716 State versus Andre Moody. Can I have parties announce?
Defendant for the state of Texas.
Albert Chidas for Mr. Moody.
And are you Andre Moody?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Andre Alonzo Moody who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 8716 for the offense of assault, family choking, impeding breath or circulation on June 24, 2020 for a period of 6 years and extended for 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, we're here this morning on state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation.
Oh, I need the supplemental. I don't have it.
I can.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Moody, did you review the state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Violation condition number 29, on or about the 23rd day of February, 2025, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Andre Alonzo Moody, did not comply with the rules and regulations of the GPS device 2019 CR 8716 in violation of condition number 29.
Will you plead to that, true or not true?
Sure.
State, do you waive the other allegation?
There is no other allegation there.
No, there is, because this is a supplemental, so there's an allegation.
Yes, right. We waived the other allegation that was in the original motion potential.
Any objection? Oh, no problem. Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, Mr. Moody, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 29, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 29? Court will find violation of condition number 29 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's not, Your Honor. I believe we're both hands are open to Your Honor on the appropriate punishment. Given that this from the state's perspective, we're here on the defendant's third motion to revoke, Your Honor. His first one was filed, looks like it's 3 months after he was initially placed on probation and being placed in June 2020. He was first MTR'd in September 2020. And at that time, his conditions were amended to include a TAP evaluation. He was extended for 3 years. Then we come back about a year ago in June 2024 for a second MTR, where the conditions were altered and amended again at that point to add no contact with the victim and partial GPS. Additionally, Your Honor, over his history of his probation, he has had 5 positive tests for marijuana He has had 2 trips to Bear County outpatient treatment. At no point had he attempted to even begin his parenting classes in almost 5 years of probation. He has not completed any of his community service hours. He has not paid any of his fines and fees. It appears to the state that he's not interested in completing his probation as required to by your honor, and therefore we feel that 3 years prison would be the appropriate sentence.
All right, in defense?
Judge, I'd like to call my client as a witness, just
Sure. Would you raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear.
Yes.
If you state your name for the record.
Andre Alonzo Moody.
Mr. Moody, you've been on probation for going on how many years?
5.
Okay. And in that time, have you had a place to live?
No. Recently, through that time period, I lost all my family, my mom, my sister, my brother, my dad. And so I haven't had nowhere. I've been struggling. I had to, when my sister passed, my mom took care of the funeral and the costs. But after that, when my mom passed the following year, I had to do it. My brother's in California. He passed in California. My dad was in California. He was in prison in California. So I had to take care of that. So everything that I was kind of like my little stride that I had, my gainings, I lost it. I had to pay for my mom's funeral. Then I had to afterwards pay for my dad's funeral. Then I had to pay for my brother's funeral also. So it kind of took a toll on me financial wise. And for a while, I was just depressed. That's what happened with the first violation. When I lost my sister and my mom, I kind of didn't want to be here, a lot was happening. So,
So let me ask you this. So, were you living at Haven for Hope, or were you on the street, or what was your situation?
First, temporarily, I was with Shalon Sims, which is mother of my kids, which is the one I have this case with. And
Why were you with her? Didn't you have a no contact order?
no, that was prior to that.
It was after the second NTR.
Okay.
I was with her because we had kids together. My daughter was the main reason. My oldest daughter was the main reason I kind of just wanted to be here. She kind of always wanted to be with me, like do everything. Like my youngest daughter always wanted to go Shalon, and my oldest daughter always wanted to be with me through them times. She wanted to stay with me.
Okay, so let me ask you, in this time that you've been on probation, have you had any kind of employment?
Off and on, because I was working at Hooters for a while. But again, the consecutive passings of each family member kind of took a toll on me, and I just drifted. Mentally, I wasn't there for a while, and I started kind of reading the Bible. Start putting.
Does anybody have any Kleenex? Do you need that for your ear? Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be better than your finger. All right.
Yeah. So
So you did work. At any point I know you've been moving around. Did you lose your ID or social security card?
Yes. Twice. Actually, right now I'm on my 11th social security card. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but after you're only supposed to have 10 in a lifetime. Right now I'm on my 11th. I just recently got that back like 3 days before I came to jail. The caseworker at Haven for Hope, she gave me got my birth certificate for me. I haven't had that since I was 17. So I was kind of just getting stuff together, because when I first got out in October 2nd, it was hard because I didn't have nothing. Like, again, I had to get my ID back. I had to get my social. And while it was being my 11th social security card, I couldn't just order it on my social security like I would usually do. And everything is through appointment. So I had to make an appointment to get my ID, but you have to have one to get the other. And that was hard, you know. I finally was able to get the paperwork from the jail, a printout of photocopy. I don't know what it's called, but I was able to get that, and the ID place took it and gave me my license, which was December 14th. I went to the appointment, and I got my license around January, and then I had to schedule an appointment for Social Security, but they're not taking walk-ins no more. That's an appointment, so I had to wait till February 18th to go in to get that, and I just received that 3 days before I came to jail. And that was the problem with my employment. I wasn't able to get a job because I was working at a temp agency, which I came to see you in February, because it was kind of hard to get myself together because I couldn't get the job. And the only job that I was able to get, GPS didn't want me to do it because it was a temporary job. So I kind of fell off with that, you know, because I was working there. They didn't want me to work over a certain amount of hours. I was trying to get them.
Okay, so let me interrupt you. So you got your ID, you got your driver's license, your birth certificate now, right?
Yes, my case manager at Haven has my birth certificate.
Okay.
And they were also willing to help me with an apartment. All I had to do is get a job, a real job, as they call it, not a temp service job, consistently, and bring them 4 checks up. They would have paid my first month's rent because it's a program that they have. And, I never got that opportunity because I was arrested as soon as I got all my, you know.
Okay. And so in this time that you've been on probation, some 5 years, have you been rearrested?
Yes.
You've been picked up new cases?
No, I haven't picked up no new cases. I've just been struggling to get on my feet. Every time I start to get kind of the ball rolling, I always come to jail. And I lose everything. Again, I don't have nowhere to put it. You know what I mean? I leave it with certain people. It's not there when I come back. I have to consistently start over. Okay. And that's where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm at another process of starting over. And again, I finally got everything that I need to be able to work, to go do what I need to do. I'm interested in going to school. I'm trying to go for welding. I was in school going for business management recently, but that was 2020 after my mom passed. I kind of cut that off too.
Let me ask you, the violation is that you haven't been complying with the regulations, the rules pertaining to the GPS. Did you visit your kids?
I wasn't able to often, but my daughters, especially my oldest daughter, we have a tight bond. So if I don't go a long time without seeing her.
Okay, so his question was, were you visiting your children? That's the question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the kids are in the custody of Siobhan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you know that after the second MTR, they said no contact with Siobhan Sims.
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to her about visitation?
Yes. She had called me while I was standing in Haven for Hope. She called me twice, and I didn't answer because of the no contact order. But she texted me and she told me my daughter wanted to speak with me, and I told her to have her call me, and they video called me, and she was crying. She said she wanted to see me. I haven't seen her in a month. So that's how we set up the arrangement for me to meet with them at the park, and I played with them.
Final tally. Plea. True to GPS violation. Deferred adjudication revoked. Sentenced to 3 years with credit for time served. And an affirmative family violence finding restricting weapon rights, a major life pivot. If this case shocked you, hit like, share your view below, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns.
Parked for about an hour and a half. and I left, and that's how I picked up the violation number 29.
Okay, and do you want to stay on probation?
Yes, I do need the help because I'm struggling by myself. Little boy, it's hard, and I don't. I really. It's been times I don't know where to go. You know, and I do have somebody that's kind of like willing to support me. It's a friend of mine, possibly girlfriend, just to be honest. And she,
Well, to be honest, here's the thing. This is what the problem is. He's been on probation for 5 years. He hasn't done anything. The only thing you keep doing is you keep picking up more violations and you haven't learned anything. Now you're saying, I have somebody to support me. That's the problem. You're supposed to be supporting yourself. You're hanging your star to this person to support you. If something were to happen to them, or if they were to break up with you, we'd be right back here on another day with you telling me that you've lost your relatives, which I'm sorry to hear about that. But you were here before saying the same thing. And now you're back again saying the same thing. And now you have somebody else that you're going to be with hanging your star to her. And I think everybody deserves a chance. I know there is love out there in the world, but you got to ask yourself, what is going on in her life that she's decided to hang her star on a person who has no job, who has no home, who has a criminal case pending and is not taking care of his business. So that relationship, I can tell you, that relationship is not going to work out because at some point in time, she's going to get tired of having to lift and carry you on her back. She's going to want you to carry her once in a while, and you can't do it. You can't do it financially because you don't have a job. You can't provide her a home because you don't have one. And as you said it, you're probably going to need another Social Security card because the jail is probably going to lose it. So you haven't done anything. In 5 years, why have you not completed parenting classes in 5 years?
it's $25 a week.
All right. So in 5 years, why have you not had a job? How are you supporting yourself? Were you living off your mom, living off your dad,
No, ma'am.
living off of relatives?
I was working at Hooters prior to my mom. I actually had a savings account and everything. But
So why haven't you paid $25 for parenting classes?
that was prior to me even being on probation. My mom passed in 2020. And my sister passed before that. And the funeral, my mom don't even have a headstone for her
No, I understand that.
it cost a lot of money. And I never knew how much it cost. I didn't know, I was just.
But here's the thing. You haven't done anything on probation. Nothing. None of the requirements I've set for you, you have done. You have done nothing. Now, with regards to the marijuana, I know you're testing positive for that and you have a prescription. So that's the only thing you've been able to do. You got a prescription for marijuana, but you haven't done parenting classes. You've done nothing. And you haven't done your BIP class. You haven't done anything.
That's $25.
Here's the thing. You're using the fact that you don't have money for anything, not to do anything. And if you were to come into this courtroom and say, Judge, I haven't done the parenting classes or the BIP class because I don't have any money. If that were the allegations in the motion, I would be like, okay, you know what? He hasn't violated his probation at all. He just hasn't been able to do that because of funding. But that's not the case with you. You have done nothing.
Everything that I haven't done is because of funding support. I don't have.
No, you violated your probation 3 times. All you had to do was not violate your probation. You haven't done anything. And there's nothing that can be said today that will make me think that you're going to do anything when you're released, because every time you come before me once, another judge, another time, and every time you come before me, you have all these plans and you always have somebody. I found somebody who's going to help me out with this now. You're not taking any responsibility for anything. And how old are you?
I'm 32.
You're 32. You're going through life thinking that somebody else is supposed to be responsible for you, and they're not. Everybody gets hit with problems. I know funerals are expensive. That's why I decided I wanted to be cremated, and everybody else is saying, I want to be cremated. And you know what they started doing? Raising the price on cremation. I remember you could get cremated for $2,000. Now it's up to $10,000. So I understand. Who knows? Maybe I'm just going to die in my house and have somebody let cats come in my house and eat me. I don't know. But what I'm trying to express to you is it is not anybody else's duty to take in an adult male and support them. You're not even supporting your children financially.
Right.
That's another violation of probation. So in the 5 years that you have been on probation, you haven't even supported your children because you don't have a steady job. But here we are. We're going out procreating and we don't have our lives together. I just don't think probation is appropriate for you. And there's nothing else that I can do for you anymore. I've tried my best. I've told you to pick up the phone, call probation when you need something, come into the court if you need something. And you have done neither. The only thing you've done is violate your probation, and you violated it 3 times, and you've been extended. And extending you doesn't help. You should have been done with this probation, off with this probation, because you've been on this probation for 5 years and have done nothing.
Ms. Ford, can I speak one more time?
Sure.
I just got, like I said, I just got my social security card. I came to you in February.
Here's the thing, when you were placed on probation and you got your first motion to revoke, you had just got your social security card, and you're telling me you're getting your life together. And 5 years you do nothing.
And yes, ma'am. And that was my fault because I kind of put, like you said, I kind of depend on other people too much in this, like right now. I depend on a lot of people instead of trying to get things done myself. But I do try to get stuff done, Ms. Boyd. There's been many times that I've been searching for jobs and it just told me no. And I did have opportunity for a job right before at Denny's. I know it doesn't quite mean anything, but I got my income tax. On my car, I haven't even touched
Here's
it.
the thing, I don't even understand how people are getting an income tax refund and they don't have employment.
I was working last year partially for it.
All right, and you didn't pay $25 to do parenting. This is what the court is going to do. 29 is true. The court is going to grant the motion, revoke you.
And here's the landing. Plea true to the GPS violation, deferred adjudication gone, 3 years in prison, and a family violence finding that follows him long after his released. Notice something. He didn't get revoked for a new brutal crime, he got revoked over years of missed classes, missed tests, and missed chances. That's how technical violations become real prison time. If this case shook you, hit like, tell me if you think 3 years is fair or light, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns just like this.
Find you guilty, revoke, give you credit for any time served. Does anybody want to speak with regards to time?
Judge, we would just ask for the minimum. All of these have been technical violations. We just can't get his life together. He's not out, holding up a Valero gas station, anything like that. So I think that based on that, the minimum would be appropriate.
And State, what are you requesting?
I'll defer to the court, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and the court will request the therapeutic community. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal, and I'm sorry, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. You have a right to appeal, and that right to appeal is a limited right to appeal. It relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, can I ask one more question?
Sure.
So I do have 390 days or 300 and something days. Is that accounted for as 2 for 1?
Anytime that no.
No.
So here's the thing. This is a misunderstanding that people have. The court is not in charge of whether you get 2 for 1 or day for day. That has to do with whatever facility you are at and whether or not they decide to give you credit for that. What I can tell you is I sentence you to 3 years. You will do no more than 3 years. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.